Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been quite some time since I've posted any video on my channel, and yes, I have almost ghosted everyone. So here I am back again with yet another video, finally. And this video is going to be about my real expenses in the UK. So let's get started. Well, I tracked every single penny that I spent in the UK in the last 30 days, for the last 30 days, and honestly, it shocked me. Well, after I have added all my expenses, it came down to around £1,150. Now, before you click away thinking that's too expensive or too cheap, hear me out. Well, we have always come across people who have been telling studying in the UK costs you a fortune, or it's too expensive, or you shouldn't go there. Well, the answer to that questions is, all those questions is, shut up. I'm going to tell you the real breakdown of whatever I have spent and also help you figure out what the problem is. Well, right now, let's say I said £1,150. You're probably sitting there and converting it into rupees. That is the real problem. You are not supposed to convert into rupees because obviously the conversion rate is higher and people living over there are earning more. And trust me, rent isn't the problem. The problem is the silent killers. Silent killers are the daily expenditure, the daily spends you are spending, and that is the real problem, those silent killers. So we are going to talk more about it. Let's rip the band-aid off. We are talking about expense number one, which is the roof, the rent. Now, if you are planning to move here in the UK in 2026, you cannot afford to skip this video. Well, I lived in Liverpool, and Liverpool is comparatively cheaper than Manchester or London. Well, my rent was £450 a month. My bills were included: electricity bill, heating bill and water bills. Why? Because I was a student, and when you're a student, you're excluded from all these bills. Well, and if you are looking at the expenses, living expenses in London, well, I am really sorry. You are looking minimum at £1,000 to £1,200. And here is the list of the cities and their expenses. So we have London at the top, of course, the expensive ones. We have then Manchester. Liverpool I've already mentioned. We have Bristol. We have Birmingham. We have Oxford, and then we have Cambridge. Well, and I'm also gonna give you a pro tip now. Well, if you are a student, it's very easy for you to get a bills included house. But sometimes, those houses are full, or you're unable to find it. So then you might have to cap £80 to £100 just to pay your bills. But I would suggest look for houses that are bills included, and I am 90% sure that you would be able to find that. Well, if you are not, you can obviously negotiate with the owner that you're a student and you cannot afford to pay these bills, so that might help. Now we are looking at expense number two, which is travel. So starting balance minus £450 for your rent. Now, the buses in the UK is quite cheap. So when I was there, I paid £2 per day, just one way. Whenever I have to travel inside Liverpool, or let's say outside Liverpool, it was just £2. So it is comparatively cheaper. You can definitely take a bus. They're reliable, they are on time, and they are, most importantly, comfortable. And I'm also going to share the biggest mistake that I made so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. Well, I had to travel from Liverpool to Manchester for my classes, of course, because my college was in Manchester and I lived in Liverpool to save money. Anyways, so I went straight to the station I asked for a ticket to Manchester, and then I thought, it's £15. It's not that expensive. I mean, of course I can pay that. And £15 just one way. Later on I realized that that could get even more cheaper. I could have gotten that ticket for like £12, and it broke me really, really, really. So I came to know that you can avail, when you are a student, you can avail for 16 to 25 rail card, or I think it is 16 to 30, 25 to 30 or 35 rail card. So get yourself a rail card once you land in the UK, because that might save you with a lot of travel money. So that rail card would cost 1/3 of your ticket. So whatever price you are paying, 1/3 will be subtracted from that. So isn't it easy? I mean, yes, at that point of time you might feel that it's not too much, but in a month those savings will be compounded, and you can get yourself a good shirt or a good jeans with that money. So again, that is savings. That is about the rail card. We have talked about the buses as well, which is very, very convenient. They're on time, very punctual, unlike buses in here. And for people who are living in London, get yourself an Oyster card. That blue card will do no harm to you. So what an Oyster card is? Well, Oyster card is also a savings card in travel. You know, paying with Apple Pay sounds very cool and very fancy and very convenient. You just have to tap your phone everywhere you go. But then guys, once you add up your expenses, I am pretty sure you'll be shocked, or you might get a mini heart attack. Well, Oyster card would not do that. So or what does Oyster card do is whatever public transport you're taking, let's say bus or train, so you can, instead of Apple Pay, you can tap with that card, and again you will get some discounts. So for people living in London, it's the Oyster card. People living outside take trains with the rail card and bus. And a pro tip that I want to give you now, drum rolls please. So well, if you're planning to travel, like let's say long distances from Liverpool to London, so you might be thinking of taking a train, most probably. Well, trains are expensive from Liverpool to London and London to Liverpool. What I did was, I took an overnight bus. It's around 6-hour journey. Well, train is faster as compared to the bus, but then the bus is cheaper, so you can also book yourself a bus when you are traveling long distances. It's an overnight journey. Don't worry, you will be safe, you will be comfortable, you will be able to sleep well. And another pro tip that I want to give from my experience is, don't book your tickets on the day you are traveling. I am a very lazy person, so whenever I had to travel, that point of time I generally recall that, oh, I have to travel, I need to book the tickets, and on those days tickets were quite expensive. So my suggestion is, always book your ticket a day or two in advance. You might be able to save a lot. Again, you might feel that it's too less, but then it will be compounded by the end of the month and you'll be saving a lot. Let's look at the numbers. So we have starting balance, minus 450, minus 150. Drum rolls please. We are here on to our next expense, which is food expense. Well guys, if you are bearing with me till now, please don't skip, because here I'm gonna share a very, very, very important tip. So there we go. First is the food expense. Well, if you are moving to the UK, obviously I do understand you would be taking a lot of stuff with you, a lot of spices, a lot of things that you won't get over there. Well, a country whose national dish is chicken tikka masala, you will definitely find each and every spices over there. Trust me, you will find each and everything that you can get in India. I found Maggi over there, so I was quite surprised. You can get Maggi, you can get chips, you can get kurkure, but then it comes with a cost. That is expensive. So definitely take from here. But anyways, the food over there is not very expensive if you are able to optimize your shopping. So I'm gonna give you some hints, or I'll be sharing the prices of few items to give you a realistic idea. And I'll be also sharing my grocery bill as well, or what I bought. So I used to shop from Tesco or M&S. If you don't know, M&S is Marks and Spencer, and it's quite expensive. It cost me a fortune, and I was shopping at it because I wasn't aware. Nobody told me that you don't have to shop from the first shop that you see on the road. Well, the tip is shop from Aldi or Lidl. They are inexpensive, plus they have Friday offers as well. So let's say there's a croissant. You're buying a croissant, and the croissant costs you around 4 or 5 pounds, but by the end of the day it will cost you around 2 pounds or something. And same with the vegetables. So here is the price list. We have onions, which is 6 to 9 pence, quite inexpensive. We have rice. If you're taking from India, well and good, but I'm assuming that you might not be able to take a lot of it. We have some beans, we have price of chicken, we have price of some spices, and then we have price of some fruits as well. Just to give you a realistic idea of how expensive it can get. Well, and another tip is, if you know how to cook, you're gonna save a lot of money, because Uber Eats will cost you around 10 to 15 pounds easily, very easily, and that is very expensive. But if you are able to cook, if you can cook your own dinner, that is well and good, and you will be able to save a lot of money in it. So my weekly grocery bill came down to around 25 to 30 pounds, and I have had my friends whose grocery bills were around 20 pounds, because let's be honest, you will be a student, you won't be cooking every night or every other day. And in the UK, you get ready-made foods as well, for example, sandwiches or other things. So definitely you can optimize here. And this is the silent killer that I was talking about. Here we spend a lot of money. And again, one more tip. Take things from here. Take your utensils, take everything. When I was going, my father gave me a belan and chakla, and I was quite embarrassed, like why the hell my father is giving me all these stuff. But trust me guys, it really helped me. I mean, I did not have to go get all those things from outside, and the things that my father put in my bag was very, very, very helpful. I did not buy anything from there. And now is the time for the pro tip that I'm gonna share. Drum rolls again. Well, the pro tip is, if you once you've landed in the UK, just download the app called Too Good To Go. Now, what is it? So in the UK, mostly people don't throw things exactly. So let's say there is a restaurant called Greg's, or an Indian restaurant. So Greg's is a food chain which sells sandwiches, coffee and all such things. So what happens in Too Good To Go is, by the end of the day, because they sell things fresh, and they have very strict regulations, so those stuff are not sold. So now, and they cannot throw it as well. So what they'll do is, let's say that sandwich cost you around 10 pounds. In Too Good To Go, by the end of the day, that sandwich will cost you around 6 pounds. So what they do is, they reduce the amount and then they sell it in the form of mystery box. So if you are lucky, you might be able to get good mystery boxes. For example, I ordered from an Indian restaurant. I was quite hungry. The food was around 15 pounds. It costed me around 8 pounds, and I got a very nice meal for myself. So again, we can save here as well. Let's talk about expense number 4, which is the fun fund. In simple words, life tax. Let's be honest, you have not just moved to the UK for studying, sitting in your room and never going out. You have moved to the UK to explore. I mean, that is what people move abroad for. To explore, to study, to have fun, to make friends. And how much it costs? The real blocker. A coffee, easily 3 pounds. A night out with friends, easily 30 pounds, and shopping will cost you around 50 pounds. Can you save this? Yes, of course. Can you choose to never go out? Of course, but I don't think we're talking about that. You can save on sharing rooms. Let's say you are not taking en suite room, so you will be saving there a lot. Can you save on coffee? Yes, of course, if you can make your coffee at home. But again, we are also having fun. So what I did was, I tried to keep a fund, which I used to call, around 50 to 100 pounds. And if I have not used that money in that month, that used to go to the other month, and it gets compounded easily month on month basis. And I have seen people, I have known people, and I myself, I did not spend a lot of money on coffee or on shopping, but yes, I spent money on traveling. I did travel a lot. I used my rail card, of course, so I was able to save a lot. So that fund, it really helped me. So what I used to do is, every single penny that I used to save, I used to put it in my fund, so that I don't have to take out from the main account. And last but not the least, tip of the video is, you can also save money on SIM as well. So if you need a SIM, just whenever you're going to your visa office, just ask them politely for a SIM, that can you please give me a SIM. And if they have, there is a 100% chance that they might give you. So when I was moving to the UK, I did not bought any SIM. I just went to the visa office, I asked them, like, they have SIM, so they have given me the SIM. That was a Lebara SIM or something. And when I went to the UK, I did not buy the SIM there as well. So sometimes check for university accommodation, the kit they give, the starter pack. There they do have SIMs or any other essentials that you would require. That is a welcome kit or something. And let's say you are unable to find that. I mean, let's be honest, some university accommodations are quite cheap. I don't know, they don't give any welcome kits. So let's say if they are not providing you with, you can go for Voxy or JeffCaf SIM. That is inexpensive. And that is it for the video. I hope I was able to give you a real breakdown of the expenses and to give you a realistic idea of how much it will cost. You can save easily. Can you have fun? Easily. It's just how you optimize your money. If you have watched this video so far, thank you so much for watching, and meet you in the next video.